Welcome to Capital Quality's webinar on instructional learning formats. To provide ongoing support for the Capital Quality on-site administrators, the Office of the State Superintendent of Education, in partnership with Hurley & Associates, is implementing a series of community of practice for principals, center directors, and home care providers. This community of practice series is part of an ongoing effort to build capacity and knowledge as it relates to addressing the 10 quality indicators articulated in Capital Quality's Continuous Quality Improvement Plan. This webinar is an edited recording and presentation of the community of practice conducted on Friday, May 19th and Saturday, May 20th of 2017. This community of practice provided participants with a series of research-based practices and activities as it relates to instructional learning formats, as defined by the pre-K class assessment in a child care setting. It also afforded participants an opportunity to meet and engage in team and relationship building activities with fellow Capital Quality participants and quality facilitators. This is a third presentation in a series of community of practices designed to build the skills and competency level of providers participating in Capital Quality. Over the next few months, we're going to deep dive into each class dimension within the realm of teacher-child interactions. Developmentally appropriate practices will be embedded throughout each session. This month's session will focus on Capital Quality updates as well as provide an overview of instructional learning formats. Additionally, it will provide an overview of upcoming professional development opportunities identified by Kids Comprehensive. Lastly, the community of practice includes an overview of upcoming community of practices and next steps for the Capital Quality community. During April's Community of Practice, we really focused on teacher-child interactions. Inner City Fund, also known as ICF, provided an overview of the role of literacy and language in early childhood development. ICF, along with participants, also engaged in activities that supported an increased understanding of teacher-child interactions. Please watch April's Community of Practice for more information on teacher-child interactions. It is available on the OSSI website. Over the last few months, we have been working towards points of quality. You have completed the Healthy Tot survey. You have reviewed your existing environments against our environmental survey, reviewed your class, ITERs, and FICRs data, and are in the process of developing attendance policies and adopting revised mission statements. You've accomplished a lot. As we mentioned during April's meeting, one of the things we really want to do is to highlight and honor those providers giving Capital Quality 100% of their effort for the first quarter. Kudos to all providers who have successfully completed the first quarter goals and targets and meeting with your assigned facilitator regularly. Your assigned quality facilitator will provide you with your incentive over the next few weeks. We know that many of you had extenuating circumstances that prevented you from completing the many benchmarks or tasks within QuickBase or meeting with your QF consistently. As you continue to move towards quality and meet regularly with your assigned QF, we will continue to monitor your progress towards quality and will provide incentive cards as benchmarks are met. Instructional learning formats is one of 3 dimensions that make up the classroom organization domain of the class pre-K tool. It measures the degree to which teachers maximize students' engagement and ability to learn by providing interesting activities, instruction, centers, and materials. It considers the manner in which teachers facilitate activities so that students have opportunities to experience, perceive, explore, and utilize materials. Specifically, it describes the way teachers make the most of children's interest and engagement. In addition, it describes the way teachers provide instruction and activities that incorporate various modalities such as visual, oral, and movement throughout the day. Teachstone and leading research indicates that children who are interested and engaged in classroom activities and lessons learn more. Through active facilitation, teachers ensure that all children will get the most out of instructional opportunities available in the classroom. Ann Epstein from the National Association for the Education of Young Children, NAEYC, describes an intentional teacher as one who uses their knowledge, judgment, and experience to organize meaningful learning experiences for children that they serve. Intentionality, as described by NAEYC, is being planful and deliberate, knowing what you're doing and why, and being able to explain it to others. Having a vision as an educator, as an administrator, and as a professional. As an instructional leader and director, your role is to assist your teachers in developing strategies and tools to be productive at all times throughout the entire day. Think about the role of instructional learning formats in the brain development of a young child. Did you know that 85% of all brain development occurs before age 5? Instructional learning formats measures classroom organization. Within the class, it measures 4 key areas. The key areas include effective facilitation, the use of various modalities and materials, the level of student interest, and the teacher's ability to clarify learning objectives. In the crosswalk of the class with the itters and fickers, classroom organization is included and clearly addressed in several areas. These areas include indicators 12, 13, and 14 under listening and talking, indicators 15 through 24 identified under activities, indicators 25, 26, and 27 under interactions, and finally indicators 30, 31, and 32 under program structure. Teachstone has developed an online professional development tool called My Teachstone to support teacher learning. Currently, you all have been given access as teachers. As we explore each dimension, we will become more intentional in the use of My Teachstone. Let's review My Teachstone's training on instructional learning formats. Just a reminder, instructional learning formats measures the degree to which teachers maximize students' interest and engagement and their ability to learn by providing interesting activities, instruction, centers, and materials. It considers the manner in which the teachers facilitate activities so that all students have opportunities to explore, perceive, experience, and utilize materials. Research from My Teachstone indicates that if you spend 15 minutes each week using the tool, there will be a change in teacher practices and ultimate growth in teacher-child interactions. Let's watch a video on effective facilitation through hands-on opportunities and questioning provided by the My Teachstone Resource Library. As you watch the video, think about the following questions. How did the teacher demonstrate effective facilitation? How did the teacher include a variety of modalities and materials in the lesson? How did the teachers really keep the students engaged? And finally, how did the teacher clarify learning objectives? As you look at the video, take a moment and write down a few of your thoughts for each of those questions. I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Okay, let's begin. First question, how did the teacher demonstrate effective facilitation? Did you indicate that the teacher is consistently involved in the activity, holding up her fingers and demonstrating that the things children should touch? Or perhaps you notice the teacher asks questions that promote children's engagement, such as, can you touch your skin? And how does your skin feel? Finally, perhaps you noticed the teacher expands children's involvement in this exploratory activity by inviting them to touch their skin, the rug, their hair, and their legs. Second question, how did the teacher use a variety of modalities and materials? I'll give you a few seconds to record your thoughts and think about it again. Okay, let's review. Did you indicate the teacher tells children about sense of touch and lets them move their hands about and explore with their own fingers? Or perhaps you notice the teacher provides the hands-on opportunity of touching several different textures and describing what they feel like. Did you notice anything else? Question 3. How did the teacher keep students interested and engaged? Take a moment to write down a few ideas. Okay. Did you indicate that the children actively participated by touching their skin, the carpet, their legs, and their hair? Or perhaps you indicated that the children were listening and remained focused, doing what the teacher says and volunteering to answer questions. And finally, how did the teacher clarify any learning objectives? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it again. Okay, let's review. Did you indicate that the teacher uses an advanced organizer? She previews the activity by saying, we use our fingers for touching. Perhaps you thought about the teacher stating, we have 5 different senses that tell us things around us about the world. One is our fingers, and we can touch things. Did you notice these examples? What would be some challenges within your centers in implementing a similar structure? How can you enhance the instructional learning formats within your classrooms? During each session, we will touch upon and discuss developmentally appropriate practices as it relates to age appropriateness and individual appropriateness. According to NACE, there are 3 core principles of developmentally appropriate practices. Principle number 1, knowing about child development and learning. Knowing what is typical at each age and stage of early development is crucial. This knowledge, based on research, helps us to decide which experiences are best for children's learning and development. Principle number 2, knowing what is individually appropriate. What we learn about specific children helps us teach and care for each child as an individual. By continually observing children's play and interaction with the physical environment and others, we learn about each child's interests, abilities, and developmental progress. And finally, principle number 3, knowing what is culturally important. We must make an effort to get to know the children's families and learn about the values, expectations, and factors that shape their lives at home and in their communities. This background information helps us provide meaningful, relevant, and respectful learning experiences for each child and their family. Did we accomplish everything we set out to accomplish? Did we discuss instructional learning formats from birth to 5? Did we discuss the alignment of the class, ITERs, and FICRs as it relates to instructional learning formats? Did we discuss developmentally appropriate practices for language development? And finally, did we brainstorm strategies to help teachers become more intentional in their efforts to keep students interested and engaged at all times? Change doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't come easy, but we are here to help. Your assigned facilitator will work with you weekly to develop strategies to enhance teacher-child interactions through changes in the print environment and overall classroom. Kids Comprehensive, the organization responsible for implementing the Child Care Resource and Referral System, publishes a quarterly catalog for providers outlining current professional development opportunities. The spring catalog is currently available. Please visit the link provided to download a copy of the most current catalog. Reminder to all providers. All providers must participate in training on the 12 indicators for health and safety by September 2017. Early Childhood ShareDC is an online sharing platform for providers designed to help providers in sharing up-to-date knowledge and information. Over 1,000 classroom and administration resources plus vendor discounts are currently available on the site. To access the site, please visit www.ecsharedc.org. Establish a profile and a team member from EC will contact you to complete registration. You will need to have your center license on hand to register. Quality facilitators will continue to support you in your completion of Capital Quality's 10 elements included on a continuous quality improvement plan. Previous Community of Practice videos are currently available on the OSCE website, as well as other Capital Quality information. June's Community of Practice will focus on detailed lesson planning and meaningful observations. It will be held June 23rd and 24th of this year from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. All videos of the sessions will be posted on the OSCE webpage. We are always available. Please follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Visit the OSCE website for up-to-date information. Also, please feel free to contact Catherine Kagera, Rashida Brown, or Pilla Parker for questions related to capital quality.